What is going on, guys? Today I'm going to be talking about key levels, what they are, how to use them, how to find them, etc. Right? So, my bad. So, the number one important thing, let's just start. What are key levels, right? Key levels are basically price points within the market that you chart out by using the horizontal line tool on TradingView to mark them out. And essentially, these are what you call pivot points or support and resistance levels. And essentially, what you do and how to play them is you wait for price to touch one of these levels and you wait for the bounce or the reject of this level. Okay. Now, just as an example right here, we have this one level 49.55, right? I'm on the 1 hour time frame. This is the time frame that I use in order to find these key levels. It is important that you use only higher time frames to chart these levels out. I'm talking about the 1 hour, the 2 hour, the 4 hour, and the daily. If you wanted to, you could even do the weekly, but you guys get the point, right? Higher time frames only. The 30-minute and the 45 are exceptional. You could use those for intraday, and I mean same day, like once or twice. Don't really want to use the lower time frames, okay? So forget I said that, honestly. 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour daily. Okay. Now, let's talk about how to chart them. So I'm on the 1 hour time frame, and what I look for is common points within the market where we have a really high wick or a really big bounce. Okay. So for example, we could take this wick right here. This is 49.9975. Now we can round this up to 4998 just so we have an even number. Okay. Now essentially what I'm looking for here, well, this is all-time high. That doesn't really help me. Okay, so this is an all-time high, so it doesn't really help. So let's just go back in time. Let's go back in time for today's purpose. Okay, let's go back in time to the 4200s. Okay, we see this wick, we see this wick. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is do Alt H, essentially just putting these on the map, right? Now what I'm looking for on these levels are many bounces. Okay, different bounces off of this level, basically how this level is being reacted to, right? So we'll start with our yellow line right here. We can see we wicked off of this price very hard and continued our downtrend, right? So boom, that is bounce number one. I like that a lot. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. Right here, boom. What happened over here? Okay. We bounce 3 times off of this level now. Every time we bounce, we came up and bounced off of it. Now keep in mind, we are on the daily. So we came down to this price, wicked back up, closed somewhere around here. Okay. Let's keep going. Again, wicked off of this price pretty much, bounced up. Okay. That is it for that level. Okay. Right here we have this one, wick number one. No wicks over here. Wick number two. Give me another one. Okay, so we don't really have much of a wick off of that level again. Now, in that case, oh, we have one wick right here actually. I lied. Boom. So that's 3. we have 3 bounce levels, 1, 2, 3, 4 actually. You can see we pretty much came up, touched that level. Okay, just move this down 2 ticks. We have an even level, right? You see we pretty much came up and touched that level. So that is essentially what I look for with these levels. Is I'm just going on these higher time frames. If I were to go on the 1 hour, I probably could find some more wicks or just bounces off of that level. So boom, another one. Pretty much 3 right there. It's that one wick we were talking about. Another wick. Another wick. One. Didn't close above. Didn't close above. Didn't close below. Wick. So you guys get the point, right? Essentially, I'm going on these higher time frames and I'm looking for these wick bounces, and when we're not able to close above this level. Okay, that is how I find my quote-unquote key levels. Okay, now let's chart for tomorrow and today. Okay, so when you're trading intraday, and it's a little bit tricky because we are at all-time highs right now, so we can't really go back and back test these levels. Okay, we can't really do that because we are at all-time highs. We haven't ever played in this price range before. Okay, so what I'm looking for now are these really big wicks, these significant wicks that really stand out. Okay, so for example, we have this low and this supply level. So what I'm gonna do, Alt H, add my key level there. Okay, we can go back in time. We kind of did play this level as resistance down here, the supply zone with this key level. It worked out right here. This worked out as well. So whenever price reaches 49.36, you know I have a key level there, right? I could do the same for this wick right here, 49.72, pretty much 49.73, right? You can see we kind of chopped around this price, bounced twice right here. If I zoom in, bounce, fell, right? So whenever price reaches 49.73, I know I have a level there that we could possibly reject or bounce off of. Okay, now let's talk about kind of our levels that I'm looking for tomorrow, right? Now we have this high over here, 50.59. Boom, we will add that. So that's a level. We have another level 6 points down, 54.54. Okay, we have this beautiful wick over here, kind of lines up with this one, so I'm gonna make it work. 50.13, bounce number 1, bounce number 2, bounce number 3, kind of bounce off of this level right here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Didn't close below, we created a doji right there, didn't close below. You see that we are indeed bouncing off of this level a lot. So 50.13 is a really important price. You could even take these wicks over here, like this wick right here. You can map that out, 50.33. Now this one won't be as strong. Why? Because we already have a continuous movement from this wick right here. So this level is really the optimal level versus 50.33. Yeah, that is pretty much how I chart my quote-unquote key levels. Now, important thing to realize is that support and resistance will throw you off. And what I mean by that is trying to differentiate whether this is going to be support or whether it's going to be resistance, right? It all matters to the current price action. If we were in a heavy downtrend like we were here, you know, this level right here, it could be invalidated as resistance and it could switch to support. And that is why it is important to go into the mindset of having a neutral level for your day. Just because we bounced off of it previously doesn't mean we're going to bounce off of it again, right? Could be used as support. That's why you got to wait and react. Wait to see how it reacts to that level, okay? Now, if you're having a lot of trouble finding your own key levels, a really important tool that I used was bar chart. Okay. Now, what is bar chart? Bar chart is essentially a service that gives you these levels. Okay. Now, what you're gonna look up is your ticker. So, for example, do ES cheat sheet bar chart. Okay. You're gonna look that up. Click on that link. Remove all of these. And now you are left with this. You have your pivot point, you have support, 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 resistance, resistance, and resistance. Now, if you have a lot of trouble finding levels, these levels work actually really, really well. For beginners, use these, okay? If you have trouble finding your levels, or you have trouble kind of just, I guess, knowing whether you're right or wrong within your levels, go ahead and go to bar chart, okay? Go to bar chart and just put these on your chart. So pivot point 5023, okay? That is a pretty big level because it is labeled as their pivot point. So whenever price reaches that level, it's a pivot point. Now what that means is that it is probably the most important level on the chart that you need to watch. $50.23.50. Now I want to talk about when it's like this, 42. Obviously you can't do 42, so you can either round up or round down. I'm not gonna go over whether you round up or round down, because we learned that in like 3rd grade, okay? We learned that in like 3rd grade. I'm just doing it to 50 because it is closer to 50 than it is to 25, because ES moves in ticks of 25, okay? So I will now be watching 50.23 is a pivot point within the market for today and tomorrow. That is pretty much all I can say about pivot points or key levels, support and resistance. Yeah, pretty simple. Just another confluence to your trade. My trading strategy consists of supply and demand, order flow, key levels, price action, volume analysis. Okay. So yeah, that is key levels for you guys. And I will see you guys in the next video.